It is Wednesday. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I am here to start streaming. Had a little bit of a crazy kind of just not good, no bad, very bad kind of being off my game. Oh, now everything is working poorly on my computer again all of a sudden. Why does it do this at the start of every stream? And then it kind of chills out after a little bit. So maybe we'll just give it some time to chill out and it'll recover. We'll see how it does here in just a little bit. See how things are going. In the meantime, welcome to the stream. Welcome aboard. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. It has been a crazy week for me. I had friends in town this weekend and just took them back to the airport yesterday, and everything is my whole, like, all of the ritual and everything that I used to keep my life from imploding kind of just disappeared. So I'm in a weird recovery mode, really, is what I've got going on today. So yeah, that's me. I hope everybody else is having a great week, though. Not that I'm actually having a bad week, mind you. I'm just having a week. I'm actually going to put my phone in do not disturb mode. Look at that. Boom. There we go. Or not my phone, my computer, my actual computer in do not disturb mode. There. All right. So anyway, what are we doing? What are we doing today? I'll tell you what we're doing. We're making aliens in costumes. So last week, if you can remember, we did some monsters in costumes. And as we were doing those monsters in costumes, we decided to throw aliens on the list. But then I decided to go with a D&D monster theme. So I took those aliens and I made them bonus aliens, so that they could have their own sticker set, really, is what it comes down to. And so we did this dude. This dude is a classic gray alien who is dressed as a barista. And then we did not do this dude. We actually did a different dude. We did this one, but I decided I didn't like this one. So I redid it and made this dude right here. I'll show you a big version of him. I cleaned up the shape and the body a little bit and just decided I liked it a lot better, so I went ahead and colored it in. And so this is the dude that's going to go in the sticker pack. But that being said, we've got 3 more slots in this sticker pack for little dudes to go into. So we'll make them, I guess, is what I'm saying. What are we going to do? How are we going to do it? What's going to be the plan? What's the plan? Well, we're going to roll. We're going to spin on a wheel. We have this little wheel, these 2 wheels, actually. One is a wheel of aliens, and one is a wheel of people costumes. And if you want me to add something to the wheel, feel free to drop it in the chat, or if you're watching this video at a later date, you can drop it in the comments and it will get added to the wheel if we're still working on these characters. Right now, what we have on the wheel for our aliens is little green men, mummies. Oh, nope, those are monsters. That's the wrong list. Ha 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 ha. What we have on the list of aliens is Nordics, which are tall, pale aliens, insectoids, which are bug people, amorphous blobs, which are amorphous blob people, robotic cyborgic aliens, cephalopods, which are betentacled aliens, squid people or octopus people, energy beings, and avians, which are bird people. So those are the aliens that we have on the list. We'll spin the wheel and pick an alien, and then we'll also spin a costume. And our current costumes are letter carrier, cheerleader, doctor, lawyer, and construction worker. All right, so like I said, if you have anything you want to add to the list, you can feel free to drop it in chat or send it over as a comment later on, and we'll add it to the list. We'll probably be doing this more than once, but let's go ahead and spin the wheel and see what we got going on. So we're going to start with our costume because that's the one I opened first, and we're going to go ahead and spin it. All right, what do we got? Construction worker. Parentheses, holding a stop sign, because that's just the way I agreed to draw the character. All right, and what type of construction worker are we going to have? A cyborg robot construction worker. All right, we know what we're drawing. Let's clear the board and draw away. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to write a little note to let people know what it is we're drawing. Cyborg construction worker. So let's start with our sketch. That's where I always basically start. I always start with a sketch. I use a nice big fluffy brush. It makes it impossible to get details and get lost in the details. So it gives me a good chance to really start and make sure I got a good silhouette and pose before I do anything else. So let's do it. Let's do it to it. Let's see. I definitely want like mostly humanoid going on here. So we'll just start with like a normal person head. I'm just going to do like a little cross sign for the face there. And then also a normal person body kind of thing going on, right? Like that. And what I'm really thinking is I really kind of just like the idea of this character. If it's going to be a robot, cyborg, alien, construction worker, just being like, basically, what if a member of the Borg was like standing on the side of the road holding the construction workers sign? Basically, little feet tied in there. Have a let's move him off center. Move this character off center, and how do I want to? Just go ahead and do a little. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that'll work. That's 8. That's 8. Like there. That's better. I was like, why does it feel off? Because it is turned on a cattywampus, and that is not the way stop signs work. Yeah, spring down. And have like a little pole like this, because it's a little, little portable stop sign. You know how they are. They have the little pole. And then we'll just come in here and let's head and clean up what's behind it. Like that. And we'll have it say, stop. And then I'm thinking like a little hand coming out like this. A little bit farther, right? Yeah, that looks about right. And then pointing. Ooh, no. Better yet. How about if we do a hand over here? Coming out forward. Just like a stop hand. You know what I mean? All right. So there's going to be our basic silhouette. And they're going to have this character's obviously going to need like a little safety vest and a hard hat, right? Like that's definitely a thing that's going to be neat. I want reference art. I want reference art. I have an idea in my head of what a hard hat looks like, but I want an actual image. Taking a picture of a hard hat. Come on, come on, come on. Man, my Wi-Fi is very slow today. Yeah, my internet access is bad on my Wi-Fi again. Out of nowhere, it's like every time I try to stream, someone comes by and steals all the internet. All right. So let's see. We're going to have a little visor like this. A lump like that. People will know it's a hard hat because it'll be yellow. That's how we'll know. All right, so we'll start there. That's like the vest, hard hat of a construction worker, little stop sign. And then we'll come in here and draw in some face proportions. And the reason I want to do that is because when I'm doing the detail part of the sketch, I'll draw in some like Borg headwear type things. Like, you know, really bring in the cyborg part. So there is, let's actually recenter this now. There is a pretty decent pose. It's definitely got some lean, I think, going on. Too much lean, definitely. So I'm going to come in here. I'm just going to snag all of this. And I'm going to twist this a little bit to kind of clean up a little bit of that lean and make it like part of the drawing. You can see it's not quite as bad now. And then I'll come in and bring back this leg a little bit more, like this. So a little tip I've learned over the last year is that you can feel, a character will feel like it has balance as long as its chin is basically above one of its ankles. And so that's kind of what's going on here. So we'll now take this down and let's add a detail sketch. And I'm going to start with the nose. And I think I'm going to do like this situation here. Like this, and then have this eye be a normal person eye. Maybe even with like a metal 7 and 9 thing over the, all right. And then this one, of course, is robot eye. So we'll have like a little nose bridge coming out like this. Down the side of the face and around like that, and robot eye, maybe a little extra piece off there like that. Little sad cyborg. I used to be a person, now I'm a member of a collective. Sad boy face there. We'll have this head come up like this. We're going to draw it in. This is looking very Locutus of Borg. That's what I was going for. So that I can draw in this like part of the hard hat here. Now we can re-erase this. Like that. Okay, I'm liking this. This isn't too bad. This isn't too bad at all. And then we'll have like a little bit of a, like this. Come up a little angle. Come back down like that. That's pretty good. There we go. So that's our hard hat. I think hard hats have little ridges on them I could draw like this. So it's definitely hard hat territory. And then we'll come down here and we'll have like little reflective vest. This is a road crew, obviously, you know. Little reflective vest like that. We'll draw in the stop sign. Like that. And a little pole action. And then we'll do like a thumb over here. Hand coming. There we go. And then like maybe a big ol' Mega Man bracer. Like that. This guy's only got 3 fingers. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a human. It's an alien. Alien cyborgs only have 3 fingers. That's the important takeaway here. And then over here on this hand, we go like this. Keeping continuity, only giving him 3 fingers. And like a laser palm. And we'll come down here and we'll do another big old bulky Mega Man gauntlet. With the arm coming back out. Like so. And then maybe we'll do like a utility belt kind of thing. Like a tool belt. Hanging down here. With some tools in it. Like maybe a handle sticking out there. Little hammer. Kind of thing. Action. Little tool belt buckle there. Put that on there. Alright. So that's top half of the body. And then we'll do like space boots, I guess. Don't know exactly how I would call that. Like maybe a little jumpsuit pants type thing going on. I am regretting the decision not to just make all of these guys like classic grays. Would have made life easy. So something like that. Then like a big neckline here. Like, you know, a big V-neck t-shirt underneath this safety vest. And we'll put like a little panel there also. And probably should do an ear. Do a little ear there. It's a little cyborg robot construction worker here we got going on. So let's bring that opacity down and let's do a little ink layer, huh? How's that sound? Flat. There we go. All right. So we'll start with just the nose. Sometimes I just like starting with a nose. I don't know why. And bring this over. Have it come all the way across the face. Have this come down and around like this. I don't like that. Okay, we're gonna fix that. Down, around. Like this. Head coming up. There's our little head. Clean that line up there. Alright. Mouth. There. Ear. There. Alright. Ooh. Oh, just something just hit me like a little wave of dizzy for a second there. Don't know what that was about. Hope I'm okay. And then do like something like there. Let's bring this brush size down. Do a circle eye. Like that. No, that's off-center too much. Take our time. We got plenty of time. We lost a stream today, but thankfully we're already ahead from last week. So, I didn't lose out too much not streaming on Monday. There, little human eye. And maybe some little bolts in this metal plate on the face, like that. And then we'll do like so. And then bring this up over like this. I don't know if I like this at all. You know what? I never like anything I draw. That's just the way it is. Let's go. Like that, maybe. Maybe that's a little better. I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. So bring down V-neck. Shirt here with the little metal chest plate coming out. And then if that's going to be a t-shirt, we should probably do a little t-shirt action on this side. Also, the safety vest. There we go. All right. So that's not too bad, right? That's not too bad. I hope you guys don't mind staring at the top of my head all the time. I assume you're all looking at what I'm drawing anyway, more than looking at my face. That's probably why so many art channels are faceless. Not because they have any problem actually like showing their face, but just because they're like, nobody wants to see my face when I'm drawing, and all they can see when I'm drawing is the top of my head. So we'll go ahead and do big ol'... let's do the hand first. I'm having a hard time figuring out exactly how I want to do the detail on this big old gauntlet thing. Come in here. Let's do this pole. Ooh, like that. That looks pretty good. And this is behind these. That's in front. Oh no. Oh no. No. There we go. All right. So if this comes out around, it is a little bit bulkier. Have this one come like this. And then do like this thing. That's what I was trying to see. Sometimes you just got to let your brain work and it'll find a solution. So we'll do that. And then I'm going to bring back my actual little stop sign template thing here. This is just a shape guide. Oh no. Shape guide in Adobe Fresco. It makes it easy to draw shapes. Stop signs are octagons. Octagons are a basic shape. It's easy to draw them. Yes, basically a ruler. That's what I'm using. So we'll do that. Now let's draw in. Actually, let's just do this hand first before I forget. Just like come across like this. You will stop. And I think I want this to come like this because it's coming out of the gauntlet again. Back like that. There we go, like there. There we go. That's what I was trying for. That's what I was going for. Some little panel things. And then now we can come in here and do this tool belt like so. And I just wanted some continuity in the shape, so I just kind of drew through the object and used the vector trimming tool. That's a benefit of the vector trimming tool, but it's a technique you can always use. It's okay to draw through your art. Let's go something like this on the belt. And maybe we'll like do this belt maybe has some little buttons or something on it. Like it's a little robot belt. Do like a little thing over here like this. Just a little balanced robot panel. Like that. I feel like that's the type of thing you would see in Star Wars more than Star Trek. So we'll have this come out and just be like a little basket thing going on here. Little pouch. So I'm going to bring this out even further as a little pouch and bring this around like that. And then we'll have a little tool sticking out there like that. And it's come down here and you're going to have like a little lumpy shape to show that there was a tool there. It goes down inside the tool pouch. And then we'll do a hammer. I don't like this. I don't like this. Chrissy, wake up. Maybe because he's in a costume, he doesn't know what the tools would be for the job he's doing. So we'll pull this across, make a little hammer, like a little rock hammer. You would never have a person who's holding the stop sign at the road construction carrying a little rock hammer, but the aliens don't know that. So that'll be our little tool belt there. And then we'll just draw in the pants again. Like there. Come down, do the same kind of thing here. And like that. There's our pants coming down into sci-fi boots. And I think I'm actually going to skinny these sci-fi boots up quite a bit. Something more like this. Just real basic. Real simple. No overthinking it. Keeping it very plain, very simple. Like that. Okay, there we go. I don't like how this hat, I still don't like how this hat is working. So I'm going to redraw the whole hat. Whole hat situation. Obviously, he has to be wearing a construction hat. Like he has to be wearing a hard hat. So it's not like we can get away with not having a hard hat at all. But we can rethink how we were doing the hard hat. So let's come over. We know this is our center line here. So that's going to be really where the helmet Maybe more like that is what I'm looking for. And then come there like that. Yeah, that actually already looks better in my opinion. There we go. I didn't give this guy a neck at all. No neck. No neck is going to be probably a problem, but I'm going to have to live with it. When he's sticker size, there's a chance no one's going to even notice that he doesn't have a neck. But one thing I can do is probably get rid of that line. And now I was like, oh, stop. Oh, we got a no neck. I'm a necklace dude. Okay. So, the lean is definitely back though, isn't it? It is. It's because of this foot is off. So we'll redo that. Size 12. Leg's going to come down like this. There. That should be a little better. This chin is definitely off center. That's the whole thing is just not great art. It's a good thing I'm not a great artist. All right, let's add palm laser like so. Okay. Let's color it. So we'll make that reference, and we'll come down here to this line, and we'll start with our reds. Red's easy to start with, because we know we've got quite a bit of it on sideboard. Not very much, I guess, actually, if we just do that. And maybe make these buttons red here. And then we can go with yellows. Maybe not yellow. Maybe we can actually go full-blown like orange on that, because he's a road construction worker. This little t-shirt will be white. And then very pale grayish skin, I think, because that's very Borg-esque in my opinion. So like that. And then we'll do a full-on gray for the metal bits on here like this, and around that palm. All of these bolts can be gray. The backer on the belt buckle can be gray. That's not too bad there. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. What other colors do we want to go with here? Let's go with a dark gray on these hands, like their gloves. And we can do the boots in the same color just to match. And then maybe add a little bit of a green gray to the pants. And obviously a light brown tan color on the tool belt. And then we can just grab some colors here. We'll use the same red on that screwdriver. We'll grab that gray again for the hammer's head. And maybe a little darker brown for the handle. And then let's do like a blue. I don't use enough blue, so I'll do some blue on those buttons. And eyeball. Let's give him a blue eye too. Why not? We'll give him a blue eye to counteract that. No, that's way too dark. I don't normally do eye color at all. I'm not the type of guy who does eye color, so I'm actually going to not do it. There we go. Problem solved. Come back down here. White in there. And then we can just draw in the pupil. in my normal style. All right, so we got this going on. And I'm going to grab some white and do a little, oops, dang it. There, like that. Just do this outside edges like so. I'm on the wrong layer. That always happens. That happens. Now I should be on the right layer. There. Yeah, now we're not underneath the... Now we're underneath the line art, so that'll work. So let's do... something like this. And invert that. And then we're going to deselect everything outside of this. Actually, I don't need to. I'm dumb. Don't need to do that. We can just fill that with white like that because we've got reference lines. So we're good. We're good to go. There we go. Let me deselect that, and now I can just come in here and draw the word stop. Like so. Apparently I undid my pupil. There. Alright, so there's the flat colors. Now we can go and do some shading, add a little something more to this character. Add some depth, add some shape. So I'm just gonna go like that. I'm on this layer now. Making sure I was on the right layer. And let's go ahead and just multiply that. All right, and then we'll come in here. I'm just going to do like something like this. Bring it down around this edge of the face here. Okay, let's try that again. Around this edge of the face. So, something that frustrates me about the iPad, and this is every program on the iPad does the exact same stupid thing. And I guess it's not like the idea isn't stupid, it's that they all have the same flaw. So, on an iPad, in every art program I have tried so far, undo is tapping with 2 fingers. Which is fine. Like, that's very intuitive, it works well. I'm not complaining about that. The problem is, most of the programs also use 2 fingers to navigate and move the canvas around like that. And they don't do a good job of distinguishing between what is a tap to navigate and what is a tap to undo. And I undo things a lot without meaning to. And that, my friends, is something that destroys workflow. And that's really the only thing I've found so far to complain about when working on the iPad as an artist. For the most part, the entire experience is very similar to using my Huion tablet on a PC. And I wish that wasn't true because I would like to be able to complain about Apple constantly, but I just can't. Can't do it. It's not fair to them. They did a decent job making an iPad. If only they can make a computer worth owning. Yeah, I said what I said. I'm not apologizing. You got one thing from me. I conceded that the iPad might be okay, but an iPhone is never going to make the muster for me. And I don't know. I don't know where I was going. Steve Jobs rant. I like to rant about Steve Jobs. Although, honestly, in the modern world, Steve Jobs is probably like the least horrible tech guru person that existed in retrospect. But without him, we probably wouldn't have the other tech bros broing up the tech world. So, always his fault. Always. Always. I guess I could still be using Foss, and then I wouldn't feel like a hypocrite. But, you know what? I'm doing what I gotta do. Let's see. So if the light is coming this way, all of this is gonna be in shadow here, like that. Like that. So then we come over here and just fluff out this leg. Like so. So I do have to admit, I'm having a frustration today. I had read some reviews about some real cheap Apple Pencil tips that people were saying were just as good as more expensive ones. And I am here to tell you that this particular brand is not. These are garbage. The Apple Pencil tips I had before, the ones that were like different colors, were still significantly cheaper than the official ones, which are insanely expensive for a little plastic tip that shouldn't need to be replaced nearly as often as they do. But these don't even come close to being anywhere close to as good as the other ones were. The other ones were actually really decent. I liked them, but I just switched to these now. The big thing, they are these, the ones I have been using. I got like 6 of them for $15, and this is a 12 pack for $7, and you get what you pay for. So if you are thinking about buying cheap Apple Pencil tips, I recommend going cheap, but not as cheap as possible. Like I said, the only reason I gave these a try is because they came highly reviewed from people who do a lot of iPad art. And I think the problem for them is they've been using cheap crap for so long, they forgot what good stuff was like. And so, definitely not the same at all. Cannot recommend. The other ones, though, I will order more of, probably. But now I have a giant batch of cheap Apple Pencil tips that I do not like. They are causing me problems. They come... Something about them, like when I'm drawing, the pencils will disconnect sometimes and not register as though it's touching. And that's not a problem I had before I changed my tip. Although I was changing my tip because of other things, you can usually tell when you're ready to change your tip on your Apple Pencil. I don't change mine nearly as often as other people do. I can always feel when I need to. When I do, I can tell that I did. But I don't do it very often. I honestly do not change my pencil tips all that often. Okay. I think I'm about done with this here cyborg construction worker. This Borg construction worker guy. I think this is about where I want it to be. It is 4:45, which is about the time that I like to finish up the first art. So we're going to call him. We're going to call him done. The only thing I want to do left is I want to fill in the background behind him to get rid of any possible haloing. And we'll just do some black like that. And collapse him down. So there is our cyborg, our Borg construction worker. I think he looks pretty good. I think I did a pretty good job there. I'm actually going to duplicate him and put that one in there. Hide you. And then we'll come in here, turn you back on. And you can shrink down and become number 3. All right, 3 down, 2 to go. This is good. This is good. We can definitely get at least one more done tonight, and probably be in a good place to finish up on Friday. So let's not even wait around. Let's just go ahead and spin the wheel for the next dude. All right. So what do we got? Let's start with what? Oh, I want to take robot people off the list. Blam, like that. And then we can spin that wheel. Energy being. Energy being. That's interesting. And then before I roll you, we'll take construction worker off the wheel. And we only have 4 jobs left. What job is our energy being going to have? Cheerleader. Energy being cheerleader. This is going to be an interesting experiment here in how we're going to do this. So, how do we want to do this? How am I going to do energy being cheerleader? Well, I had in my head, I've been thinking about energy being for a little bit, like in my head, I had this concept because I knew it was on the wheel, and I was like, I know if I'm not prepared for it, it's going to come up, and then I'm going to be in a hot water. So what I came up with was this idea of like kind of lumpy space princess inspired kind of thing, where we just come in here and do like a little cloud creature thing, right? So we have this, and then we'll draw the costume to fit over the top of this in just kind of a weird way. So we want a cheerleader outfit here, and I kind of want to keep it pretty cool, pretty basic, pretty clean. So what are we gonna do? Let's look at a couple of things here. Here we go. We got what I'm looking for. So I'm just gonna come down here, and we're gonna do like a sweater kind of shape here, like this, coming off this energy being, and then we'll do a little skirt. I actually honestly considered cheating and doing like cheerleader pants uniform instead of the traditional cheerleader uniform, but then I was like, as funny as I personally would find that to be, so the people who asked me to put cheerleader on the list might cry foul. And also then I would have to explain to anyone looking at buying stickers why that was the way it was. And then we'll do like a little thing like this. What letters do we want to put on our cheerleader sweater, right? Do we just want to use cheer? I'm just going to use that as a placeholder for now. And then I'm just going to have little pom-poms kind of like floating in the air around our energy being cheerleader. And then also, like, for some reason, I'm really thinking buns, hair buns like this, and maybe little ponytails, some little energy being ponytails like that. So this is what I'm thinking for basic shape, rough shape here. I think this works pretty well. Let's go ahead and do some details in the sketching. Probably should have a face, but I'm not going to give it a face. Don't want to. Energy beings don't have face. No energy face for you. So we're going to come in here and just sketch in. Let's see. How do I want to do this detail? I'm going to start with the sweater. Like this. Come down like this. It's not too bad there. Come across like this. There we go. So there's our little cheer sweater. We'll add a little skirt to the situation. I'm just going to have it loop like this. Like there. So one thing that you can do, this is another tip. I actually picked this up from the Air King brothers. To do like a motion in the skirt, you can draw a little figure 8 infinity symbol. And that represents the hemline moving and gives you a little bit more motion in this, and you can do it with any skirt of any height. Like that's the hemline. So it gives you a little space to add some things like action in like that. So there's the costume drawn in. That's the easy part of this alien, right? Like, the easy part of this alien is the costume. And we can come in here with our little pom-pom handles and just draw in a little pom-pom shape. Just like this. Little fringes, like hair. Same thing over here. Little fringes with a little handle. Okay, so that's the easy part. We've got the easy part down. Now we got to figure out exactly how we want to draw an energy being. And I'm thinking little nebula-esque action going on here. Let's come down here. And I'm going to leave that line art there. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I think I'm going to try drawing some layer transparency stuff in here. And let's not worry about the pigtails after all, because I think we're going to have enough going on. But maybe we do. Oh, I just don't know how to add a face here. We can add some little like energy beam lines. And maybe same thing around these pom-poms. Just some little energy like telekinesis kind of thing going on there. So that's something we can try. And then, like I said, I'm going to put in the word cheer. Like this. H. Spelling is not my strong suit. E. R. Cheer. Okay. All right. So let's see if we can't figure out how exactly we want to do this. I think also colored line art would be a good way to go here. So we'll start. I'll do the cheer uniform first, and we're going to do it in everything in 3 sections. We'll do things on the outside that are blocking off energy being inside, things in the back that are seen through the energy being, right? So that's what we want, 3 layers basically. So we'll start with this. We'll start with the sweater here, hanging off kind of like this. It's not as smooth as I would like it to be, so I'm just going to redo that. Coming across. My lesson for the day is don't let people convince you to put an energy being alien on your alien costume design challenge. So, and then we'll come down like this. My hand is a little shaky, and like I said, I don't like blaming my tools, but these are not good pencil heads. So I gotta be real careful with everything I do, because they do not want to work correctly. I get a lot of weird artifacting caused by them. So, you know, it is what it is. And then we'll bring this back. Damn it. Like this. There. That's a little better. I'm just going to draw through, because that is why we have the vector trimming tool. Like that. Okay. And then we'll bring this around. And I'm just going to bring my... Dang it. Bring those pleats all the way through. Again, vector trimming tool. You come over here and do these. Like this. That works pretty well. Bring this up across. And like that. And then just bring these. Like this. That's pretty good. That's not the worst thing I've drawn. It's not the worst thing I've drawn. Sometimes I draw much horrible stuff. And then this around like this. That is the back of the skirt, but it is not behind the energy creature. So, and then little handle. And basically, I'm just drawing these the same way I would hair. So I'm assuming they're all attached here. And that means all of the little segments of hair, which are not actually hair, but are streamer or whatever, have to point towards that. Now I've got too much smoothing turned on. There we go. And do the same thing over here. Okay, and then bring this one around like this. And something like that, maybe. There we go. Not doing well today. All right, so I'm going to start there. And then we're going to come in here. All right. That's our cheerleader tier. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to grab like a purple. Just to me, energy creatures are purple. And we're going to add purple energy creature stuff on here. I'm going to turn this smoothing back up. We're going to go big. No reason not to. Like that. That looks pretty good. That's good shape there. And then I can add a new layer here. And go back to our black. And draw in our background layer of everything. This is not going to work the way I wanted it to, but that's okay. It's okay, because I think I'm going to just have to do, I'm going to have to do it with the color line, I think. So we'll merge these down and then trim some stuff up. And see if we can't make anything work the way I want it to work. See if we can't make it work. Make it work. I think I'm going to be able to make it work. I think it will. I think it will work just fine. I'm going to pull that purple back. It will come like this. And then I'll make that black again right there on that one little line where there's a little bit of purple that shouldn't be there. There. Okay, so this is our line art. This is where we're going to start. Oh, almost forgot to add cheer. So C H E E R. There we go. Okay. So now, you know what? Actually, let's get rid of this line and this line. Let's get rid of these back lines. We're going to bring them back in a second, but we're going to do something a little different when we do. We're going to do color. Set you as a reference. And I'm going to start with this purple, and I'm going to bring the saturation way down and lighten this up a little. Energy being, yay! And let's go. Actually, you know what? Why not just use the purple for our cheer colors too? And we'll go like this. And some white. In the pleats. Like so. Come back up here to this layer. That should not be there. All right, so we can now do, we'll have to do a little bit of striping in our pom-poms. So I'm just gonna make them white and then grab purple. And let's go ahead and do the handles in purple too, might as well. And we'll do basically something like this. So all of those should point towards a centralized point that I can use to snag them in. More or less. I mean, it's not going to be perfect because I freehanded it, but it'll be pretty close. Like there. And then one last one. Come on, hands. My hands are not wanting to cooperate right now. So I'm going to have to come back in here. Let's trim this up a little bit here. And I think there was a place over here where I might have to go the opposite direction. Okay. That looks not too bad. So we'll just make those purple. Like so. And then we'll do the same thing over here on this side, except for I'm going to do it the opposite direction. So I'll do the outside, basically leave them white, and do the inside as purple. So actually you can just kind of do this. These don't have to be perfect because they've got reference lines. I keep forgetting that you can cheat pretty easily in Fresco. Okay, so there's our cheer outfit. And I'm actually going to come back up to this layer and draw in some more energy being things. I think, actually, you know what? Let's grab the taper brush and draw them in Cosmo-like, like this. I like that. That's not too bad. That's okay. I like that. All right. And then I'm going to come on to the line art layer, and I'm going to bring back my flat. Actually, I'm going to put it on this layer first. This will make it easier. So I can do a line like this and bring the opacity down so that I can steal that color. And then clear that layer. Oops, not copy, clear. Clear layer. Because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come back over here, bring this underneath you for a second so I can see what I'm doing, and draw in this line here, and this line here. So now you can see kind of like through the back end of that energy being. And I'm going to snag this area like this. Make sure we get it all inside the line art. We want to have clean line artwork. And I'm going to grab this purple. And because there is white behind it, we'll bring the saturation down a little bit. Like that. And do the same down here. And then maybe I should go ahead and grab my brush again. Bring back my flat brush and grab that other purple color again and redo that line. So that line is cleaned back up a little bit. I probably should have actually done it darkening from the baseline purple, but that works for me. I think that's okay. I think that looks okay. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and drop you down here. Instead of shading, I'm actually going to do some like glowy special effects. And I'll use my big thumpy lumpy brush for it. And I'm just going to come onto this layer like I would normally, like when I'm doing shading normally. But instead of shading, I'm just going to draw in an outline. We can release this reference. We don't need it anymore. Around our energy being. Like so. Fill it in. This is already like half, but we don't, that's fine. And then same thing over here. Just these little energy spots holding on to the cheer pom-poms. Like that. And then we will bring this opacity down. But what I'm going to do, just to like make sure it really shows through as a sticker, if this was digital art, this would be fine. You wouldn't have to worry about anything. It was just going to be digital. But because it is not going to stay digital, it's going to be a physical medium. I'm going to put some white in behind it so that that's a nice solid thing going on. And then we'll basically do that as our halo layer. Except we'll come down here and now we'll also add into the normal spots our black. So our halo layer is now like white and black. And apparently I need to do these parts too. There we go. There we go. That's actually, I think, going to look pretty good. I think it's going to be a pretty cool little effect there. I can hide you. So like I said, if I hide this, you can see the white and black, especially if I bring this blue background up. So now I should be able to basically put that anywhere. I think I'm gonna, yeah. So there we go. There's our effect. I think it looks pretty good. I think our energy creature cheerleader is looking pretty good here. I think it came out all right. I might do a little bit more, like pulling out a little bit more stuff along the way here, fleshing this out a little bit more. Because all I have to do is I can come back in here and I gotta do the same thing again. I just gotta basically put a white background in behind it. So again, same idea. Just select that, invert, come back down to this layer and put in white. So there's our energy being thing. I think mostly at this point, I probably will just keep playing with it a little bit and cleaning some stuff up, adding some stuff to it the way I like it to be. Just having a little bit of fun with it. Nothing really serious. I think I'm pretty happy with it overall. It's just going to be minor tweaking at this point. But there we go. I think that works out pretty well. So I'm going to call that done. And I've got about 15 minutes left to my stream. So we will duplicate this, put it in here, turn you off, bring this back on. We'll grab this one. And energy being alien is number 4. So we're good. We have 4 done. And got 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and why don't we go ahead and spin for number 5, and so we know exactly where we're going to start out on Friday. We can get rid of the cheerleader costume, take the cheerleader costume off of the list. We can take energy being off of the list. And now we can let's what type of alien are we going to draw next? A cephaloid. Okay. I have to admit, I was really hoping it would be a cephaloid. I love drawing a tentacled anything. So, cephaloid. And for our costume, we only have 3 costumes left, so what's it gonna be? Lawyer. All right. So we have Friday night stream opener ready to go. Cephaloid lawyer. I think that I personally feel like I've already drawn Corp Thulu, but this will be fun. I think for the lawyer, I'm going to go with like classic, like robes and wig, British style lawyer again, instead of American lawyers, because that's just a person in a suit. I think that'll be fun. I think we'll have a good time doing that. Thank you, anybody who has been hanging out and watching. I hope you'll come back and join me again on Friday at 4 p.m. I will be drawing a cephaloid lawyer, and we'll figure out where we're going from there between now and then. That'll only take about 45 minutes, so we'll have time for at least one extra doodle on Friday. If you are going to be in the Springfield, Missouri area tomorrow afternoon from 4 to 8 p.m., I will be at the C Street Market. I will not have any ADHD gremlins with me. I gave them all away on Saturday because it's getting towards the end of the season and it's hard to tell if we're going to have a market on Thursday afternoons. But I will be there tomorrow. It is going on. And of course, I'll also be there Saturday 9 to 2. I will have Neurospicy Frankenstein's Creatures on Saturday. Frankenstein's Creature, of course, being something that represents autism. And you can learn about that by watching the video on how I made the sticker. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you enjoy stickers and drawing and all the wonderful things in the world. I hope that you embrace all the things that make you, make you unique. And remember to, as always,